And welcome back to the last in the series of the vertical colour changing lamp. This is the power supply that came with it, and as you can see the earth pin is missing. So armed with a 3D printer and FreeCad, can we resurrect this power supply and graft on a new earth pin? Let's find out. This is the power supply that came with the vertical colour changing lamp, and as you can see it has a pin missing, it has the earth missing. Now, not a problem unless you're in the UK, because unless you're in the UK, that's a major problem. You can't plug that into a socket, it will not go. If I can find a socket, hang on. Right, here's a UK socket. I've got a hole in the back. This is what they would call a sort of surface mount box, because it mounts to the surface of the wall and sticks out, rather than normally only this bit would stick out on the wall. This bit would be a metal box and it would be inside the wall. But as you can see, we have shutters on the live and neutral. And they will not go in. The only way of opening them is not with a spoon. You need something a little thinner, maybe a screwdriver. See, even the screwdriver, you can see they start to open, but you've got to force it quite a way in to make them open. And then of course the problem is, oh, see, I could do that. That is possible. But our sockets are designed to be safe, and so two pins will not go unless you say you jam something into the earth to force them open, which is why you will often see on something that is double insulated like this. Now God knows what that yuck is, it's got hairs on it as well, it's horrible. The earth pin is plastic. If it doesn't need an earth because it's double insulated and it's a safety extra low voltage because it's only 24 volts, then you don't need it. So the earth can be plastic, you just need something to operate that lever. And you can see here there's the box in a box, and that means it's double insulated. The CE looks like it's a proper CE mark. To determine if they've used a proper CE mark, if you imagine the C becoming a circle and the E becoming a circle, the outer line edge of the C circle should overlap on the inner line edge of the E circle, and the same for the outer of the circle for the E should be in line with the inner circle edge of the C. So they should, overlap at that point, and that's what a true CE mark should look like. You can go on the CE directive and it will do you a drawing of exactly how it should look. So first things first, let's see if we can clean off some of this goo with some IPA. Don't know what it is. A hair came off. You obviously have black hair. I think it might be some form of glue or something. Oops, it's out of shot. That's yeah, don't know what it is, but it's pretty yucky. And it does seem to scrape off in quite a lot of places. I don't really want to rub off the labelling. So once it's rubbed off a bit, will it clean off? One of the reasons for looking at this is I haven't, what am I going to say? I haven't tested it yet. But the idea being is, can I cut that a bit with a scalpel, make the hole slightly bigger and cleaner with the surface? Oops. So can we, you know, clean this up Scalpels were never the best thing for putting pressure, because that could be sharp at times, and these blades are a bit blunt. So I'm wondering now, can I make that hole slightly bigger just by grinding away with the scalpel at the edge? The idea being, if I make this hole, hey, don't want to cut my finger. If I make this hole slightly bigger, I can 3D print an earth pin. And with a bigger hole, I'll have more surface area to stick it in. So, as I keep moving out of camera view, I shall come back when I've done it. I just thought I'd bring in an example of a double insulated plug, the correct CE shape, and the fact it has a plastic earth pin, and then these are screened, of course, so you can't do that when you pull it out. Right, so that's what one should look like. So that's what I'm going to make. So I need to take some dimensions from that. So a clean pad and a pen. And the first one height. We could back off of this, I suppose. .6. We'll do this as accurate as we can and then ignore it. So that'll be, we call that height, length 8mm, width 3.9. And the chamfer, does it really matter? But it's from about we'll say 2.5. So we'll just do that bit. 2.5. And if we sort of draw that, it's going to be 6mm by 2. Right, that should be all we need to make one of them. Oh, apart from we need to know That's about 2.3 by about 5.9. Two 2.3 5.9. So that's it. Now I've got to make one and draw one up. Well, here we can see the final sort of version, the final version of the pin in FreeCAD, and it is basically a block with another block attached. So the sketches are pretty boring. That's a rectangle and padded out. That's a rectangle and padded out, and these are just chamfers, and I just played with the length of the chamfer and the angle to get roughly the right size here, and then 3D printed it. And I 3D printed it so that it was laying on the bed, so the bed was here, and so it did do a little support here underneath here, and a tiniest, I don't think it did a support there because the angle was great enough that it didn't need it. And that being that I wanted the filament to run that way. I could have done it standing up, but then it would be awkward because you've got a narrow point here and it building up, and then it, so standing up would have been a pain, but also standing up the filaments would have gone this way, and so much more prone to breaking. If you put a sort of a force down here, then it's more likely to break, but with the filament running this way, then it's stronger if a force is pushing down here or pushing up there. So that's it. I didn't actually show me drawing it because basically it's, you know, that's the first sketch. Move that out of the way. So that's the first sketch. That's the second sketch on that face. The chamfer is just on the four edges shown here, and it's a 1.5mm at 35 degrees, and that gives me roughly what I want. So that's all I did in the sketch. So let's have a look how it came out the printer. Well, this is it out the printer. It's not brilliant, it's not pretty, you know, it's, you know, it needs to be a bit tidied up around the edges. It's a bit rough on that bottom edge where it's come off. You know, I've trimmed this a little bit, but it goes in quite a tight push. It's a bit, you know, it just needs to get that angle right, but as we can see, plugs in nicely. So that will bring this power supply back to a working condition. So what I'm going to do is now, so I'm just going to stick some super glue on here. Oops, it's running where I don't want it to go. A bit too much came out then. And we will basically stick it in there. Quick check, I really sort of, just to see, you can't see it, quick little check here. It looks kind of vertical. Just try and mop up any excess. Check that it still goes in, and it does. So just leave that now till the glue goes off. Jobs are good. And if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell if you want to see more of it, and please click on the like button and comment. I love comments and I'll answer every comment. So catch you on the next one.